that I signed up for my first marathon. I did that because I was unhealthy as fuck. I remember that I was walking up the stairs and that I was just exhausted from doing that. So I signed up for a marathon because I thought this would push me to actually start to improve myself a lot and work on my stamina a lot more, to go run more often and to do better. And it did for some time. I started to train like 3 times a week. Did that for like 5 weeks and then I quit for a really long time, to be honest. I'm being real. Yes, I was really consistent when I signed up after that. Not that long after I signed up for a marathon, my family heard the news that my mom had stage 4 lung cancer. And you know, that does something with you. I broke down completely, to be honest. I thought I was handling it pretty well, but I ended up in one of my biggest ruts in my self-improvement journey. I did all the bad things, to be honest. I was in a really bad place mentally, physically, and I didn't really feel that bad, but I was just doing everything that I can to get out of this world where we live in, to be away. I was just doing everything I can to not be in my own life, like in the real life, in the real world. It was like 25 weeks till the marathon. I spent some thoughts about it. I had the marathon later this year, so I should probably start to train. So that's what I did. I started to train a little bit. I went out for some runs, started with 5 kilometers, sometimes 2, and I even signed up for a 10-kilometer race just to push myself, because the furthest I had run before that was like 5 kilometers. So I started to like work a little bit towards the marathon, and that just made me feel so great, because that was a way how I could like get out of this world, the bad energy that was going on in my own like house, and just spend that energy, all the bad things that are going on in my life, to use that energy to work on something that will actually help myself, will improve myself. So I actually started to feel a little bit better when I started to train for the marathon. I started marathon prep 18 weeks before the marathon. I went in with 2 goals: run a sub 3:30 marathon, which I had no idea of how hard that would be, and raise some money for cancer research. Cancer research, to raise money for that, it was more like it was something that I couldn't really do that much for. So I went all in, gave all my energy to the sub 3:30 goal. So 18 weeks from the marathon I started to train. And I started to train, and I did that for 18 weeks, 4 times a week. And yeah, there were some times where I didn't really want to train, but because I had this really big purpose to do it, honestly, it was pretty easy to train every time. I had a lot of discipline to do it, a lot of motivation to do it, a lot of energy that I could use to train. That the training wasn't really the hard part, to be honest. It was quite of the easiest part. And the more of a hard part was actually when I was not training, because when I was training, my mind was just silence and I didn't really focus on all these negative things going on in my life. But when I was at home, I was. And when I'm at home, I struggled a lot with trying to recover as best I can so that I could train I have the best training for the marathon again after that. So I actually struggled a bit with the consistency of stretching after each workout, stretching every day, taking ice baths, trying to recover, eating healthy. But after some time, I actually started to do that too. And that took a lot of hard work, a lot of mental strength. So I'm really proud that I could do that and I was able to do that. And there were a lot of people in my circle that actually helped me do that. So I'm really grateful for them. So now my weeks consisted of training 4 times a week, running a lot, stretching every single day, eating healthy every single day, sleeping well every single day, going to bed at 9:30 p.m., waking up at 6. That was like the straight like routine that I had every single day for the past 18 weeks. And I've just been really consistent. I'm really proud of that. I didn't expect that I could do it because I was feeling so bad before I started the marathon prep. But during the marathon prep, I actually started to feel so great. For these 18 weeks, I've just been giving it my all. And that's just, it feels really great to see yourself making this much progress towards a singular goal. Yeah, there were some things that I didn't really do well, but I think I did the best as I can. It was my first time, so I'm really proud of that. And I also raised a lot of money for cancer research. My family helped a lot with this, so I'm really grateful for that. And all that work that came down to this one singular day, I felt so fucking stressed because I was just so excited. It was like good stress, but I was so excited, but I also was really scared because I struggle a lot with being in really busy situations, and there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that are actually running the marathon. So I was really scared that I couldn't handle that, but all that went well. But all the hard work, came down to this day, Sunday, 19th of October, where I had to run the marathon. To the store, and I started a little bit later than I actually used to. I was in the slow group already, but because I was a bit more later, I was a bit later than that my group actually would start. I was in a really slow group, but it is what it is. It was also my fault because if I would just have signed up for a group that was supposed to like run around the time of 3:30. Then I would run with people that ran the same pace with me. But because I signed up for people that are supposed to run a marathon in like 4 hours or 4 hours and 30 minutes, I was with people that were running really slow. And well, I felt that in the first like 10 kilometers. I was really going fast and I had to brake again. Then I was going fast to surpass some people, and then I had to brake again to go slower again because I couldn't like go around people. So that took a lot of my energy, and I really underestimated. I think that would take so much energy from you that you just honestly, after 10 kilometers, I was tired as fuck, and I was thinking about myself. I remember thinking like, I'm 10 kilometers in and I'm actually dead. What the fuck am I supposed to do? But I kept going with the pace of around like 5 minutes per kilometer. So that's good, but it took so much energy. So I was really fighting with myself for like the halfway point, till like the halfway point. And after the halfway point, I started to cramp up really bad because of all the energy that I'd already given, and probably because I drank too little and too little electrolytes or all that kind of bullshit. But I started to cramp up, so I hit my limits and I couldn't really run a lot faster because I then couldn't even run anymore. So I would really sort of fight to myself, and I tried to stay on pace, but it just wasn't possible. From kilometer 21 to kilometer 42 till the race basically ends, I just had such a hard time because I felt so much cramp everywhere, and I was running, but I could barely set my feet in front of the other one, and I could barely make any progress in finishing the race. But even though I had a really hard time, I still finished it. I did complete the marathon. I had such a hard time. I fought the biggest battle that I ever did, but I still finished it. And honestly, I was doubting that shit after kilometer 10. I was doubting if I would finish it because I felt so much pain everywhere. But I fought through it, thought about every single thing that I did, thought about my grandpa that died earlier this year, thought about my mom, what she's going through, and what I am currently going through, that is just like temporary, but she's fighting her biggest battles every single day. And all those things kept me going, and so I finished it. I did not complete the goal of a sub 3:30 marathon. I ended up finishing in 3 hours and 48 minutes and 38 seconds, which still is fast, still is something that I'm proud of. I think I can go faster, but it is what it is. I'm proud of what I did. After the race, I honestly felt sad, or well, I don't really know what I felt, but I was on the edge of crying. I think because there was so much stress, so much energy, negative energy that I put in as fuel to train for the marathon, that it had a really hard time to actually run the marathon. But that just wanted to get out when I finished, so I was a bit sad or something. There were a little bit of tears, but I think they were in joy, that I was proud of myself. I am proud of myself. So that was the marathon chapter. It was great. It was a great chapter. I had a hard time. I fought my biggest battles. It helped me a lot with being myself, finding myself again. And now it is time to do something else. I have a High Rocks race in 3 months, but I think my goal will be different. I think it is time to go all in on self-improvement, all in on making money, and to really take some souls. So I completed the marathon. I'm proud of that. But what will be next, that's something that you will see in the next video. I know I will make a lot of progress, the most that I've ever did, and I hope you guys join in and also make a lot of progress in your lives. What I'm going to be exactly doing, as I said, will be in the next video. So I see you guys then. Later.